but I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I'm so excited for the Dead by Daylight live stream. Oh my goodness. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
The depths of the void beckon. Born of buried
New map,
memories,
perhaps?
anguish and despair, haunted by daylight returns.
In-game event. Let's
Plunging
go.
killers and survivors into a new lair.
That's a sick Knight skin. Knight is a fucking awful killer, but that's a sick ass skin. It's an okay skin. Oh, Blighted Xeno. Okay. And Blighted Sadako.
Collection. New outfits for the
Inoculated
Xenomorph,
Xenomorph. That's cool.
the Onryo, and
That's cool.
Yoichi Asakawa.
Oh, finally new Yoichi skin. That one looks sick. The Void.
Haunted by daylight.
Okay, it looks cool. It looks cool. I'll give him that.
And what we're going to talk about today on the show is the Haunted by Daylight event that you just got a little taste of there.
Yes, we're super excited because as everyone knows, Dead by Daylight is a horror game unlike any other, sprawling with action, fear, lore, and a vast cast.
They saying a lot, but a whole lot of
being
nothing at the
our
same
to
time. They
shine.
waffling.
Specifically terrifying part of the entity's realm, the Void. So we're gonna be able to play that starting next week on October 18th until November 6th.
So let's go ahead and take a look at everything you're gonna see during the show today.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna kick
Let's see
things
it, let's
off
see it.
with your friend of mine, Mr. Dave Richard, our creative director, is gonna
Is it
talk to
emo
you
only
about the
chat?
Void
Let's
realm.
check.
Then we're gonna go
Yeah, it
into
is.
a lot more depth with Gene and Sarah, who are going to go through the Haunted by Daylight event and the rewards
Void
you get
Realm,
for it.
event gameplay,
And then
quality
we'll
of
come
life.
back.
I want to see
Dork
what
and I
quality of
will
life
talk
is.
you
That's
through a
what
bunch
I'm
of the
concerned
quality of
about.
life.
We didn't forget anything.
Well, there's the big thing about this particular broadcast.
Oh.
Twitch drops.
Oh, Twitch drops. Yes, and that's gonna be the first time
Twitch
happening.
drops?
People have
No
wanted Twitch drops for a long time.
way!
Bringing
That's
Twitch
so
drops.
epic and
So
cool.
if you are watching right now and weren't aware,
Too
go
bad
to
I can't get it because I'm
deadbydaylight.com.
banned in the
Please.
chat. Guys, I'm gonna put the best message I could. Balls. And cock too. What? I was banned! That's a cool hag skin.
Yeah.
The image on
The LED
screen
skin ain't bad.
And we're gonna make a change. We've heard you loud and clear. When it comes to chapter DLC releases,
Hold up.
We're not gonna be bundling outfits with those items anymore.
Good,
The
that's a
characters,
good,
the
that
exclusive
is
items. Going back to
good.
the classic way we've
Okay,
always
good
the exclusive
change,
item,
Beaver,
that's
good
it. We're not
change.
gonna pad it out with an
Good, they
additional,
rolled it back. They rolled it back. Okay.
no,
Terrible decision for them
yeah,
to
I think
lump
that
shit
gets you
together
shut.
and increase the price,
So
but I'm glad they're
really excited. We can
rolling that back.
introduce Our friend Dave.
Better late than
Talk more
never.
about-
They did that for Nicolas Cage and for Alien. $7 and then $12, and then you get skins that you didn't even ask for. So I'm glad they're rolling that back. It's my guy.
Immediately, just point
It's my
out
guy,
your-
Dave.
oh, yeah.
Dave is
Review.
always
I feel like
dripped
we've
out.
been
I'll give it to
fated
him.
stream at some point in our
He's
lives,
always
and-
dripped out.
Likewise.
Tell us all
Yeah,
what we want to
absolutely.
hear,
I mean,
Dave,
There's a lot
please.
of lore in Dead by Daylight, and if you, the players have not been there since the very early beginnings, it's important to know that something we know about the entity, there's not a lot. It's draining the characters in the trials, right? It's feeding out of their emotions. So that's what's going on in a trial. So the rage, the hope, all of these emotions are being drained. That's how it feeds, or at least this part of the entity. So the void is a sub-realm of the entity where when these characters have been completely drained out and that they don't have anything else to give, squeezed dry, they are sent into the void.
I have such
to
a
be slowly
childish,
dissolved
like,
away.
I
It's like
am
a
childish, bro.
garbage
The
can.
entity
How did we
sucked
get
me
here? This is
dry.
void.
Right. Well,
No, bro, no.
the void is something that players can see or have seen in the past with the Blight story, with the Owl Blight event. We've hinted at it in some lore entries here and there. There will be little pockets here and there of the void.
He's trying to explain it, but I'm not getting it. I wish they would just show us. I wish they would just like give us some visual
We
aid.
call them hunts. Did I say that correctly?
yep.
Yeah, there you go. They have a chance to be alive again, and maybe they can, latch on to something and stay there. I do the same thing, I guess.
So if I'm understanding you correctly,
I'm not
we were
understanding
talking
any
about
of
the
this.
Void.
Most importantly, we're talking about rewards.
Oh, no way.
Well,
Rewards.
this is an evolution of what we did last year for Haunted by Daylight.
I hope
So
it's,
one of the
I
first
hope
things
it's
that
very
you'll notice when
unique.
you enter these kind of dormant, like ethereal beings that are just around the map. What are they? Well, they are closely connected to a resource that you'll be collecting, void energy. So you're going to be collecting this void energy, and just to keep it simple, survivors collect it from repairing generators, and killers get it from hooking survivors, which is pretty.
So it's like last year.
There's also a new source called void orbs, and they're kind of these floating pockets of void energy just floating around the map.
Okay.
As you approach them, they'll fly towards you and just award you with some more void energy. Yeah,
so
exactly.
you can get it by looping.
Use that void energy to transfer it into unstable rifts.
Okay.
They'll appear all around the map. And once unstable rifts have collectively gathered enough void
Speed
energy
boost.
from all players, killer and survivors, they will stabilize, opening portals into the void. And so inside the void will be waiting haunts. And these haunts are the counterparts to the dormant beings that you've already seen around the map. You do that by giving them void energy. You want to make sure that you're doing this before the void destabilizes and closes, because once it does, everyone is ejected, whoever was in there. And when you do release a haunt and complete that interaction, you will earn a set of buffs for a limited time.
Okay.
That's cool. Place that the entity puts things when it's done sucking all the joy, hope.
Really gotta stop
will,
using that
desire
word.
To kill if you're a
exactly.
killer. And,
Yeah, the
and
entity is
dumps them in
sucking the
this
survivors,
place.
bro. I'd rather
it was
you
an
not say
opportunity
that.
for us
Yeah,
friends
the
to
entity is about to
twisted.
suck
And it
all the
looks
energy
really,
out of
really
me, bro.
cool.
Can it
So
suck my
players can
cock
expect
and
to see some
balls too?
Familiar map details, from example, I think we've got Yamoka State in there.
Okay.
Red Forest, Eyrie of Crows, Void
Okay, but
Energy is kind of
is
ripping
everybody
it
in
apart.
this void
It's not
area
great.
like
Not
at
just
one
an eerie
time, or do you have to like
location.
enter and
Gameplay
exit to
continues
find
in the
people?
void.
What you can expect as survivors when you enter this space is that you will immediately be afflicted with the exhausted status effect. And if you were injured at any point, whether you entered injured or become injured while in the void, you will become broken immediately.
Okay.
Killers, on the other hand, they will have no access to their powers because of the state of the void.
Oh no.
And
What?
yeah, they'll also become undetectable, which should provide some cool opportunities to get some jump scares on them. Well,
But why
the void
disable
hook's
the
in here.
power?
If a survivor were to get hooked on a void hook, they'll be ejected immediately to a hook outside of the void. So you kind of use this as a cool strategy to teleport across the map by just going
Okay,
in,
that's
finding a portal,
cool.
and finding a different one to go
That's
back
cool.
out.
They should have led with
Yeah,
that. They should have led with that.
exactly.
That makes more sense. What they've been saying this
One thing
entire
to
time
also
makes no
mention here is
sense.
that when a haunt has been released outside of the void, you'll be able to see them as long as you were the allied role that released them with their auras. And you can
Okay.
approach them to get a temporary speed boost. If you're able to, you can lure an opponent into them and they'll get a hindering jump scare.
Okay. So you
in
get
case it
these
sounds like a lot,
haunts
don't worry about it. There is
in
a
the
gameplay
rift
detail
thing,
screen
in the
that
rift
will be
world,
in the event
and then when you
menu so
release
can
them,
catch up on
they
all
hurt
that,
the opposing
fun
side.
stuff.
You get jump scared that too,
collections
yes.
The
No
event
way,
from the Haunted by
skits.
Daylight event
Holy
zone. It will have a lot of new challenges for you.
Hunter
to
skin is
complete,
cool.
A reward called Dark Trinkets, which is an event currency. They are an additional reward that you'll get for your challenges. So they're not replacing the blood point. There will also be outfit pieces
That's
and charms
cool.
to get within the tome.
That way you can
But these
choose
dark
what skins
trinkets,
you
you'll
want.
use them to
That's a good
spend on
change. Instead
cosmetics
of having to
within
do the
collection
entire
screen of
thing
the event
to get
menu.
all the skins,
And
you know what I mean?
more
I like
end of
doing
the
all of it.
event,
Yeah, but not
you'll
everybody has the
convert into
time
blood
to do
points.
all of it. So getting the choice is
fantastic.
nice. But basically how it works is get the rift energy, right? By doing generators or getting hooks, you open up the rift world, okay? You go inside, you release those haunt creatures, the skeleton type. It's the thing on screen right now. Once they go into the world, once the rift world is closed and everybody gets kicked out, okay? You know, you can't use your power, can't do anything in there. Once they're released into the world, you can use them against opponents to slow them down and give them debuffs. That is the way it should have been explained. I get it now, but it took them way too long to get it. They should have led with that.
People watching at home think that we're pre-recorded. You know how I know that we're not
Are
pre-recorded?
you telling me this is live streamed?
But also, people in the chat spamming Twitch drops messages. You don't need to do that. Don't spam Twitch drop stuff in the chat. Not necessary.
Is
Just
it not
sign up,
emote
link your
only?
account,
Oh,
start
it's
earning
not.
the drops. Keep your tab open. Don't minimize.
You're
your
telling
tab,
me
don't
this is
mute it.
live streamed.
We
I
are
swear,
having
all
some
the previous
gameplay
streams,
events today, right?
Yes.
I could have
So
sworn
later
they
in the
were
show, we're gonna
pre-recorded.
join-
What about the
yes. You're
quality
here
of
to
life?
see us talk about quality of life updates.
Okay,
No,
good.
It's the most exciting topic you tuned in for today. That's
That's
why
my
it's us
topic that I
delivering
want to
it,
hear.
Not our wonderful designers.
Billy changes, I
But
beg,
no, for real,
please.
this update brings a bunch of cool stuff.
We recently did the PTB, which allowed players of the community to kind of get into the game and kind of test out some things that are going to live. The most notable being the anti-face camp feature, the rework for the Skull Merchant, as well as some changes to various
Good
maps.
changes.
Most important, the Shattered Square.
Dog Map, remove it.
a
Hate that
ton
map.
of-
I'm
we're gonna update
begging.
you on that here.
Bring up Billy,
But
please,
For the
bro.
folks who didn't get to
Please.
participate in the PTB, we thought we'd walk through each of these updates for you so you know what we're talking about and you see what's in the game right now.
They're not. They're
So,
not.
to begin with,
They're not doing quality of life just from the
anti-face
PTB, right?
Yeah.
Surely not. Please don't tell me that the quality of
face
life is just the
camping
PTB
is when
changes.
the killer gets hooked.
Please.
The survivors will be able to unhook themselves during the first and second hook phases, but not once the in-game collapse starts.
We already know about all this, dude.
This is one of my personal favorites to shout about at the office. So FOV slider.
Oh yeah.
That's a thing.
Okay,
People
okay,
want. I've
good.
wanted it for a long time. And
Okay.
We've heard you.
When are we getting it?
And it's definitely coming. It's in a future update. It's not in this update. We just wanted to acknowledge it. I know people are asking.
A future
Be a
update.
little more
No
patient,
date.
and we'll get there, okay? Life updates in this release.
Okay.
Skull Merchant, who actually I don't think they can see me, but Skull
No,
Merchant is,
are they
hovering
in
behind
this
me on the
release?
wall.
I actually think they're only talking about
So Skull Merchant was released
this release. They're not talking about anything
earlier
else.
this year.
I think they're only talking about the patch. This is bad. This is not good. I'm not a big fan of like Skull Merchant still, but like it's better than holding a 3-gen for an hour. Anything is better than that.
But that is all we've got for the quality of life in the game.
They're done with quality of life.
Warming my backside. Merch is life.
Are they dead ass
So
done with the quality of life?
Haunted by
Dude,
limited edition
we know
poster
all of that, bro.
and much more.
They told us
So,
nothing.
if you like
We
merch,
know
like
about
me,
this in the game.
This year, the first addition to this collection will be introducing Hattie, David, and Yunjin. Going to be adding Jake as a werewolf and Claudette as a floral fairy.
That's cool.
Also available starting October 18th. Naughty Bear! Yay! So Naughty Bear was...
Are they finally telling us when it comes out?
I made the storyboard for this Mori, and it is brutal. You see it right now, and
That's
it's
cool.
it's hard to look at.
That's a cool
The
Mori.
creative process for Naughty
When
Bear
is it
was-
coming?
Well, that's amazing. I cannot wait to get my hands on that Naughty Bear cosmetic.
You know
Please
what I
tell
like
us
to
more.
casually say is those
Quality
characters
life.
ate,
Okay.
right?
Remember the thing we said about being young? Take that back. But yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
Considering an FOV slider is coming, what are the planned changes for perks like Shadowborn and Monitor and Abuse?
They're just gonna say we have.
Yeah.
No
So,
answer right now.
We will be looking at alternative functions for these perks. So there's going to be some more information to come soon. So just keep an eye on.
It's
our
almost as if I'm clairvoyant. They're never gonna. They're never gonna tell us, man.
One, but
They
You're
baited
watching,
us.
We've got some
Yeah, I feel like that
amazing
is.
Fog Whisperers as part
I'm
of
not gonna
that
lie.
as well.
Why did they
So
even list it as
stay
quality
here,
of life
make
like
sure you
on the
get your
teaser
watch
list for
time
what's
and
coming?
enjoy.
Because the only thing they did is tell us that we already know. Like I don't know why they did that. Okay, well at least we'll be able to see. At least we'll be able to see how this event like actually plays out.
All right, time to sneak
Okay.
in, befriend all the ghosts.
Into the
while you
void.
guys are helping each other.
Releasing haunt. Okay. No, go back. Go back. We were looking at that, man. I want to see the void world.
Them. Don't you
Okay.
know them, George?
Yeah, George. Look,
Y'all look, ready?
Releasing haunt.
Don't you betray me, George.
Oh, it takes away some of the energy that you have stored. So you use a little bit of energy every time you want to release a haunt. Okay, I like that. I like that. I'm
No, no,
curious.
no, it's
What
still
does the
active.
chat
No,
think?
no, it's totally still active.
Everybody is still doing drops. That's
Orbs,
crazy.
orbs.
Look at the pin message. Chat, you do not get drops by exclamation point drops. That's the command to view the information. They do not give a. Everybody's still doing drops, watch time, claim. I was a little worried when I saw like the rift thingy in game where you like submit your energy. I was a little worried about that. I think it'll be fine. I think the event is kind of cool. They did a bad job explaining though. I'll say that.